Habang gigil sila sa brut-brut pow, eto chill lang nakapisan. Habang gigil sila sa brut-brut pow, eto chill lang nakapisan. Nakapisan.
What up, loved ones? What it do? Spotty Young right here. You know where I'm from. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're into real shit only, watch this video. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got the homie from the Bay Area and shit, man. I got Big G Dirty.
Ay, how you really mad cause your rap hella weak? Yeah, you from the hood but was never in the streets. Niggas that you went to school with said you was a geek. Acting froggy with that thing but I ain't never lit it.
And Big DJ Eternal right here.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still
You about to
go.
lace us up?
Go.
About the party movement and shit. Filipino unity for
Pare,
all the
pare.
parties worldwide.
Pare.
You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Big keys.
Yeah. So to those who don't know, man, to those who don't know, what's up? Let the people know who you guys are and what you guys are, where you guys are coming from.
Oh yeah. So my name is G Dirty, man. San Mateo, California. Shoreview to be exact. You know what I mean? And I'm an artist. I'm a Filipino American artist. You know, make music. I create music. And me and a couple pares from San Ho, you know, got together and we was like, you know what? This is big pares, man. So we pushing that big P, big pare, man. It's a pare movement out here.
Definitely. DJ Eternal, San Jose, California. You know what I'm saying? All the way back to Pinas. You know what I'm saying? Pogulo Union to be exact out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Ilocanos and Igorots. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
But yeah, thanks for having us on again. Body Young, G Dirty and myself, we the you know, executives of this body movement that we got going on. Basically, we're just a group of Pinoys that support each other. We're like a support group for artists, you know, businesses, you know, individuals like yourself, just making a name and making us look good and solid out here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So basically, in other words, this is not your regular Filipinos and shit, man. Goes to school, you know what I mean? Finish college, and then you know you got your parents paying for your fucking college tuition, or you're over there owning from the feds and shit, and then becoming a nurse, and then you know becoming a snitch or whatever and shit. You know? This is not your ordinary parents we're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Man.
nah, man. Yeah, for sure. We definitely went through the struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you go like look, for example, DJ Eternal, you know what I mean? Doing his Thug Tizzle and shit. You know what I mean? Without going to the regular route of what a regular Filipino that you know that they have in mind. Same thing with the Party G Dirty and shit, man. You know what I mean? This can you guys get into like
I mean, let's talk about y'all, you know what I'm saying? How
rap?
y'all came up. Y'all you know what I'm saying, got lured into the street life, you feel me, at a very young age, both of y'all. You know, and myself, I never claimed to be a gangbanger, but I was around that a lot, especially growing up in East Side San Jose, you know. But y'all, you know what I'm saying? I can relate to y'all because I've been around it. And yeah, you guys have your stories to tell too, especially you, G Dirty. You know, let them know about that, you know, San Mateo Goonie.
Yeah, man. I ain't go. So you know, I grew up single mom. You know, my mom's Ilocana. She from Abra. You know, came to the States. Fucking no papers. Came here as a maid. It's funny because when she left the Philippines, she went straight to Dubai. She went to France, and then she went to America. Yeah. She was a maid for a Persian family. And then the Persian family, they broke up, and they're like, "Hey, you want to go back to the PI?" She was like, "Nah, hell nah." So, anyways, yeah, I grew up with a single mom, man. You know, my pops. I knew my pops. He's full Peruvian. I'm half Peruvian. He's Peruvian, but I didn't know him like that. You know what I mean? So that I was raised by my mama. And so when people ask me what I am, I tell them I'm Filipino. That's all I know. You know what I mean? I use a tabo when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Shit, nigga, like. But yeah. I'm from San Mateo, but the cool part is I didn't grew up all around the Bay. Like I went to like two different middle schools. I went to four different high schools, three different counties. You know what I mean? And growing up, I didn't really have too much Filipino friends. I could at least say for myself, bruh, that I didn't really have that, that pride Filipino because I didn't really know what it was. For the most part, when I would meet other pares, bruh, and it was mostly like in Milpitas, like 408 area. When I started meeting the pares out there, a lot of them didn't fuck with me because I didn't know how to speak the language. You know what I mean? And so they kind of looked at me like, "Oh, you ain't real Filipino." So most of my friends growing up were like mixed. You know what I mean? Black mixed with black, amigos, couple polys. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna sit here and say I lived a super thug life, but I've been through it. You know what I mean? I still got a bullet in my leg. You know what I mean? I got a couple war stories. I've been to prison. I've been to jail. I ain't done hella time, which I thank God for. You know what I mean? But I definitely know. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to risk it. You know what I mean? I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I didn't do hella time. You know what I mean? To this day, man. And I ain't gonna sit here in front like I'm super active, but I ain't no sucker. I
Yeah.
ain't never turned down no fade. You know what I mean? When it came down to doing what you feel me, what a soldier got to do, you feel me? Had to do what I got to do. But other than that, mama raised me humble, dollar driven. You know what I mean? And shit, that's where we at now. That's just the sum of it. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about the party DJ Eternal though, man?
Shit, man. Honestly, born and raised in the East Side of San Jose, we had a lot of Filipino pride. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those cities, like G30 said, like he didn't really know about, Filipinos like that till he made his way to the 408 where I'm at, Um, so growing up, there's a lot of Pinoy gangs out there. I ain't even trying to name them, but if you're from San Jose in the Bay Area, you know them sets. And my cousin was into a set and ended up getting locked up in juvie. So I was around that, you know what I'm saying? I was around that. A lot of, shabu smokers. You see no G's become smoked out. You know what I'm saying? And the difference between me and G Dirty is that, I had a father in my life. I had a older brother to look up to. You know what I'm saying? And my brother, he grew up in the 80s. And matter of fact, our house got shot up twice because of my brother. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
he was the one trying to preach to me, like, nah, I'm like, go live your life, hook up with as many girls as you want, go party, So he kind of stirred me away from that. So himself, he had a family at a young age, 22 years old, got married, he saw what that life could do to him and damage family and all that. And he wanted to, make sure I didn't go that path. So he was like my role model. But when I was starting to go to middle school, high school, shit, I've had homies try to jump me in, but once the homies started getting locked up, bro, doing 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I'm like, damn, I'm really just trying to get mine. I'm really just trying to mingle with the females. Like I ain't really trying to just put my life out there like that, you know what I'm saying? On the line for that. And by that time I was already just trying to bring unity as a Pinoy myself, seeing the homies get locked up and getting stabbed and all the jumpings, you know what I'm saying? And I got jumped a couple of times myself, so I've got DP'd by homies, you know?
yeah,
So I was just like, damn,
Hmm.
nah, this ain't for me. Like, I had this DJ thing going, and I was like, I want to make money out of this. I want to be able to I was looking at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it was all because I've had like I said, like my brother and my dad kind of in my life and show me, kind of try to steer me away, but salute to those that did their time, did their crime and held it down solid, because you guys are also heroes too.
yeah, yeah, man. So basically, you were just smart enough not
Yeah.
to experience hanging out with a sausage party like what me and J Dirty did. That shit was hell
Wow.
stupid, man. Waste of time, man.
Hey,
You
but y'all
know,
live and
For
learn,
sure,
you know what
waste
I'm
of
saying?
time.
You guys live and learn, man, and you guys are out now doing it.
yes, sir,
You know
yes,
what I mean?
sir. So, man,
I'll tell you what though.
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. There's certain in prison or in jail, you establish a certain brotherhood
yeah,
with a stranger in jail, then you wouldn't have like you don't have one with one of the homies on the streets. Like I've never gotten a race riot with my niggas because we're a mixed crew. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah,
in
yeah.
there, I've gotten in race riots with you feel me, other Filipinos and other Asians and other islanders. I'm like, oh shit, like it's a different. I don't know how to explain it, but that's a different type of
So
you feel me.
yeah,
You
just
said
like you guys when you guys were in the streets, y'all was beefing with bodies too, other
yeah,
Pinoys.
that's what I'm saying. Like you know, on the
Yeah.
streets, like I like that's what I'm saying. Like every time I did see a body growing up, it was always like, man, we on some tribal shit. Like, oh, this body think he with it. Like nigga, I'm the only body with it. And then next thing you know, we not fucking with each other. You know what I mean? But it's really until I went to prison, bruh. And that's when we were talking about last time Pada Young about how we you feel me fucking Osiris, bruh. And he's the one who taught me like he's the one who brought my knowledge into what Filipino pride is and our history and hella shit. That's
Yeah,
why when I came out that's when nigga that's when I started doing hella fucking like searches and all that and I'm like, "Oh man, we're
yeah,
we're them. We're a warrior race. Fuck that." You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah. And
man, and then
I
what
can
And that
happened?
I can relate, man. I can relate because
Yeah, yeah,
even though LA and the Bay they have like different culture, because
yeah,
because in LA County or LA area, everybody from down south, it's like they lean towards more to the Chicano lifestyle and shit. Like, like or the
yeah, yeah,
pares,
yeah.
they back in the 80s from what I heard, they wear filas, shoes, Filipinos in Los Angeles, and they got the pampador and they Chicano lifestyle. Like they think they're like Chicanos
yeah,
too,
dude,
Like that shit.
And from what I
Cortez.
heard in the Bay, it's not the same, right? Or is it?
Nah, nah. It's not that we like. See, that's the thing. I think it's more of a product of your environment. So I think the Filipinos got put in Mexican neighborhoods and adapted like the culture, the Chicano culture. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Filipinos we're not the out of the minorities, the people of color. We're not the majority. You know what I mean? So we don't have too many Filipino neighborhoods or too many like straight Asian neighborhoods back then, I believe. I think that's why a lot of Filipinos have fucking Chicano Chicano style, man. Because they be being Mexican neighborhoods. But up here, I think it really just depends where you at.
Yeah,
More
honestly,
Filipinos.
San Jose has a lot of that, that Mexican raza. You feel me? And but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they embrace the Filipinos, and the Filipinos themselves. We stand out from our own style, the way we carry ourselves. But yeah, I mean, we are gonna come across those Filipinos. Like even myself, I was wearing Cortez and stuff like that, but I never tried to carry a blue or red rag, trying to say I was, what I'm saying, mixed between like a north or
Yeah.
south,
You
Mexican
see,
Filipino.
I didn't start wearing no Cortezes or Chucks, nigga, until I moved to the South Bay. I started seeing
You feel
motherfuckers.
me?
I was like, you know what,
Yeah.
them is kind of saucy. I didn't start wearing Dickies, no,
Yeah.
none of that until I moved to the 408. That was
Yeah.
their style. I was
So
just
we
like,
got
yeah,
that
shit, fuck it,
style.
nigga.
We definitely do got that style, but the
Y'all
Asians
to me
were
was like
Asian.
mini LA, bro. Y'all like like to
Yeah.
me, San Jose is like SoCal area of the Bay because they're the one of the only cities that have Bloods, Crips, Nortes, and Serenos. Like that's a gang banging in the
Ah,
city. Like not other cities in the Bay, you'll have okay like a couple poly Crip sets here or Asian Crip sets there, but not all Bloods, Crips. You feel me? Norte, Serenos, all in the same city. San Jose is the only city that
okay.
has that shit. You know what I mean? So
They,
that
they
to me,
actually,
when I moved to the 408,
yeah.
that's how I looked at like that whole area was just like mini LA. Obviously they're the Bay, you know what I mean? But when I say mini LA, it's like super colors, you know what I mean?
Super hell,
Like
and a
it's
lot of
colors.
ethnicities like
And
St. Louis.
and yeah, and that's what it is, different ethnicities.
So
He's
many
right. Hella Vietnamese, hella Cambodians, Filipinos. Like it's a
was like
melting
that.
pot of everything.
Hey,
Definitely.
the Sharkstero, the 408, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
And
North
it's
408.
Tank,
Yeah.
baby.
it's probably worse because in the 408, you guys even had the Nortes, and they don't got the Nortes down south.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's more.
Yeah, hey, but see,
And,
check it out though. They got
yeah,
Serranos in San Ho too. So
I
that's what I'm
heard.
saying. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
that. It,
they got Sorrento
niggas be going
for the
crazy.
408. That's crazy.
That war still be
Yeah,
going on till this day with them too, you know.
yeah, but going back to like I can relate what G Dirty was saying. So going back to like what the street mindset was as a young little kid before going and getting stuck in the prison system, the California prison system. I did hate my own kind. You know what I mean? Banging Jeff Rocks. Nobody likes Jeff Rocks. All the Filipino gangsters there, they all everybody killer right there. You know what I mean? Like you said, the BNGs don't like the STS. STS don't like basically everybody else. And then you got the JFX, Tropang
Right.
Judas, 13, Mabuhay, all kinds of LH. We all hated each other. Nobody was clicked up with nobody.
Yeah.
And there was just that hate. They got the PR too, don't forget, Rebel Boys, all kind of shit. And I was brainwashed into hating like basically my own kind, my own people and shit, man. I would sometimes we would rather shoot on an Asian or Asian boys and stuff like that than shoot to the Mara Salvatrucha, which is a different race, which is also our enemigos. It was just weird, but you know, we didn't as a kid, I didn't really understand that shit going to prison. And I can relate what G Dirty was saying about going to the Pinta and having more pride and more, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
about
Understanding.
yeah, an understanding of where we came from and of what we are and what we were born with and shit, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, you said the key word. Y'all were kids, you know what I'm saying? So as you get older, you start to realize, like, man, like that's all BS. You know, you guess
Yeah,
the big homies we had, they didn't know no better either.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
think
I
this,
think it comes with the generation too, because a lot of that whole machismo, macho man mindset, which is I get it, you feel me, but that's also like with the older guys, like you feel me, the older OGs, bro, they don't really know how to tell. I feel like for the most part, they don't really know how to tell the young niggas to like, you feel me, pump your brakes on what you doing. Think about what you doing. You know what I mean? A lot of OGs be smoked out to keep it real.
For real,
oh
yeah.
yeah, and this is what the party movement is about, this shit, man, about avoiding those fucking smoked out
Yeah.
OGs, wannabe
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
OGs,
Hey,
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know what
But
I
just
you know what
mean?
because you
though?
old, that doesn't
Yeah,
mean you a OG. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And if we
Yeah, no,
ever
that's
catch them
real.
in real life, they're gonna get smacked around by the real party and shit.
Hey, I remember when I was in Lancaster, I was talking to this one older brother, and
Yeah.
I had called him a OG, and he was from LA, but I don't think he was a non-affiliate. But you feel me? Swole old nigga, like he's probably 60 years old, and I was talking to bruh, and I called him OG, and he just like, you know what, man? I'm respectfully don't call me OG as an old gangster. Call me OG as in older gentleman. I was like, you know what, bro? I like that. I'll give you that, brother. I'll give you that. That's a good one. Hell yeah,
Uh,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah. That was off topic. But yeah, you know what? Not everybody that's old is an OG, man. You need
Well,
Yeah,
you
you
know
need
what
wisdom.
too?
yeah, let's talk
Just
about
like
the OG shit. Yeah.
yeah, no, even my big homies that I call OG, the thing they told me is like, just because you're older don't mean that I know everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning from you, and you're a younger homie, so you're teaching
And
me. You
that's a
know?
part too.
Yes,
That's
sir.
another. That's another part. That's actually
Yeah,
my point. A lot of OGs don't want to learn. That's
yeah,
that's what it is. A lot of OGs don't. They have it in their head where like I'm older, I know everything. When in fact you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter what age, man. We there's unfucking infinity fucking knowledge out there. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I want to show a shout out and big love to my big homies, G Black Grapes, Boss Watch Black Grapes, Londo. I
Ah,
mean,
yeah,
they
yeah.
hit
Shout
me
out to
up.
the fucking
You know what I'm
OGs,
saying?
man, the real
Yeah, what I
one.
mean.
Yeah, you got the
But
real
yeah,
OGs and you got the fucking wannabe OGs.
oh, that's real, and that's
Oh,
what
the
they
black
and
grade.
that's what they
Yeah.
showed me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And Big
yeah,
Root, United
yeah, Big
States.
Root. Yeah, I was just on the phone
Yeah,
with him earlier.
Oh
big.
my mama,
Got
right
quiet.
before I hopped on this thing, I was talking to Rube, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. He wanted me to pull up on May 8th over there for something, but I got work, so we trying to work
Ah,
something out.
okay,
I'm
okay.
gonna go fuck with Mono, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
you talking about um
Rudy.
The new building, their new building.
I think so. Yeah. It's like on Thursday.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so sometime in June. Yep. Okay.
sure.
Yeah. See,
Eh,
Big Root, stay tapped in with us.
yeah.
Body move.
That's
Feel me?
That's the mono for sure.
Speaking of the fake OGs, you know, what I mean, just a continuation of what the G Dirty was saying earlier. I also have an encounter right there in the prison system. He was an older party from Satanas, from LA and shit. I moved into his cell right there in High Desert. This is a 4 yard. You know what I mean? And as a Filipino, we always respect old people. That's just how we were raised. It's just part of our culture. So immediately he got that respect from me. But the way he was just carrying himself and doing his time, picking up, what do you call this? Spit tobacco from the fucking police, and you know what I
Like
mean, like
dry it
fiending,
out.
fiending, like you know, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm gonna be like, all right, let me hit some of that, you know, because you know we're locked up. I'm not gonna lie. I've been hitting that fucking chewing tobacco, but we were
Wait,
cool.
wait.
We were cool, man. But it's just that. What do you call this? One day he was like having like a menstrual cycle or something. You know, he got the old person superiority, where he
Yeah.
just started yelling at me. Like I'm
Damn.
like I'm like I'm a, like I was his son, like I was a little kid. So I told him, "Hey, buddy, hey, don't yell at me, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't, don't yell at me, buddy, man. You know what I mean? You know, we're just right here, we're talking." And then he gets up in his bed. What? Are you challenging me? I'm not challenging you, man. I just said don't yell at me, dog. So I was forced to go down from the top bunk to my bed, and then, in other words, I was forced to give him a left jab and shit, man. You know what I mean?
He was an older body
You're
too.
the older party, you know what I mean? It's
Ah,
just
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
on his 40s. He wasn't
You
that.
know what though?
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
body like that shit that like J cats amongst our people is quite high, dude. At least
yeah,
when I've met a couple J cats in Santa Clara County in San Jose, and I've met a couple J cats in San Mateo County for sure. You
yeah.
know what I mean? They be tweaked out. I don't know what
Mm,
it is, man. A lot of our older padres are
I
just
wonder. But
I don't know.
here's the catch. Here's the catch, right? We ended up getting caught, you know, we ended up getting caught by the police, and then they had to switch me another cell, and then they put a Puerto Rican Boricua homie on his cell, and then the Puerto Rican homie ended up beating up on the old body. So I had to investigate and
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
and, and find
see,
out if what if he fired on the body from the back, or what he was laying down or something, because I was ready to beat up the Puerto Rican guy.
yeah.
Yeah, so I had to question him. I asked him what happened this shit.
Yeah.
And if he says something stupid, like he just felt like bullying an old man, I'm gonna fire on the Puerto Rican dude on the spot. It doesn't matter. But he said I was just forced to, because he started calling me a bitch and started yelling at me.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
They're like, yeah,
see.
that sounds about right, huh? Body, I'm like, that's about right.
So
So,
basically, older Pare was lucky he had you as a celly,
he
because you were
was,
nice enough to you were nice enough to give him a couple chances. And
yeah,
see, that's the thing. A lot of people look at shit like that. They oversee shit like that. That's a
yeah,
gesture. That's a good gesture, especially in prison. And you know what I mean? Shit.
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Oh
man,
man.
speaking of,
What was
he,
his
he,
name? Nah, I'm playing it. Oh yeah, gotta say his name.
yeah, I forgot his name, man. I forgot his
OG Bunky
name.
Johnson.
He's an OG,
OG Bunky.
OG
OG.
Bunky,
OG
right?
Bunky.
But
Oh,
what I
you want to
do,
know? You want to know about a motherfucking J Cat Pare? Hey, he was cool as fuck though. I ain't gonna lie,
yeah,
but he was a bum out here in San Jose. This was like back in 2009 or eight. What one of those 2009 or 2010. I did a little year bullet. And I was in M2, and there was this older pare, bro. I didn't know his name, but we all called him Bunky. He'd be like, what's your name? Bunky, Bunky,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So this nigga came in, fucking hair dirty as hell. He was fucking dark because he was dirty. And this motherfucker when he went to go piss in the pisser, he got on the he got on the fucking seat and he squatted. He put it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
barefoot though, buddy.
Uh,
Barefoot. Nigga, that shit was nasty. He barefooted and he started pissing, squatting in the pisser. And then, after a couple weeks, we started like getting to know him and talk to him. And I started talking to him. And then, other races started complaining about his smell. So we were like, they started complaining about it. And at
yeah.
this time, I was the rep, bruh. So the Oos thing, the Oos kind of fucking threw it on me too. He was just like, because one of the fucking CLs asked who's the other's rep, and the Oos was like, "Hey, bro, you're gonna say you're the rep?" I was like, "Oh, fuck it." It was my first time in big boy jail, nigga. I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." Anyways, long story short, I had to do the decision. You feel me? Whether to like what we gonna do about older Pade. I was just like, you know what, like these other races is tripping. We just gonna give him a shower, but he didn't want to take a shower. So I asked this nigga, I was like, what you want on the commissary, Pade? I got you. He's like, chocolate. I was like, all right. That nigga only wanted chocolate bars, bro. Chocolate bar. Got him chocolate bars. And anyways, like Pade was saying, because like, he was a J cat and he was an older J cat. And it sucked because he was a Pade, but I felt because he's a Pade, I still had to look out for him. You know what I mean? Even though he was a fucking J cat. So I would do hella shit. And when I got to know him, bro, he was actually hella cool. Shady ass shit though. Shady ass shit. I guess he came here as a kid. He had a crazy ass story. I forget his name. Like I said, I forget his name, but he came here as a kid, probably like 10, 11 years old. He's out here in San Jose. His mom fucking got hooked up on Shabu. Nigga sold this nigga for some Shabu. He got brought up in the home. Like, you feel me? Those fucking government homes. What is that shit called?
Foster
Like
homes.
the foster homes and shit. Yeah. So I started to know his story. I was like, damn, no wonder you're fucked up, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No
mean, like
income support. Nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. I was just
No
like, yeah.
love.
Then I started. That's why I started feeling bad for him. I fuck with bro. He cool as
Did you
fucking
ever make him take a
Bunky and
shower
stuff.
though?
He took a shower all the time. But see, that's the thing. Because he was he was a drug addict, bro. Like, I didn't mind. Okay, a couple commissaries here. I got you something to eat. Like, I was taking care of. Like, we was all sharing to take care of him. Even a couple of the Cambodian homies. My bro Ricky, his older brother, a Vietnamese homie named fucking what is it name? Fam, some shit like that. But they was all from San Ho. Yeah, they was all helping taking care of that older party. But then after a while, I was just like, okay, man, you've been here for cool long time now. You should take a shower just to take a shower. You know what I mean? He's just like, chocolate, chocolate. You got chocolate?
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah. But
But yeah, man.
you notice
Smoked
you
out.
you notice how we never fucking remember the fucking bullshit bodies and shit. We always remember the names of the real bodies and
The
shit.
real ones.
Mang
Yeah.
Johnny, Osias.
Yeah, man. OG Osiris, man. That was that like, yeah, he was the one, man. When I
Both of
met
y'all
him
were
over
locked
there
up
in
with him too,
Lancaster.
right? Both of y'all.
Yes, sir. That was a
Yeah,
coincidence.
during different time. Yeah, during a different time.
What
That's
was your
crazy.
first? What was your impression or experience meeting the pare, Mang Johnny and shit?
Man, just very, very humble, wise, older pare, man. Like, he reminded me of like an uncle. You know what I mean? Off top. Like when I walked the yard in Lancaster, he flagged me down. He asked me, "Oh, you a pare?" Because he seen the sun, so he automatically, you feel me? He knew I was a pare, but he just asked, you know what I mean? I said, yeah. He asked me where I was from. I said the Bay, and he's just like, where? Like, where at? I said San Mateo, and he said, oh yeah, I'm from Frisco. He's like, I'm original Frisco. You feel me? Original Frisco boy. All this shit. He's letting me know. He said his last name. I was like, oh shit, that sounds familiar. I was like, do you know PK and all them? Because that's my like my Cuddy's dad. You feel me? Them is my uncles, like my family. You feel me? Last name is PK, and they was all, you feel me? They all grew up together. Like, you feel me? My Cuddy John, he's actually named after John, like Osiris. You feel me? OG Osiris, bro. So that shit was a trip, man. Like, flagged me down. He's like, okay, next time I seen him on yard, he had a little care package for me, got me a little bowl, you feel me, some
Oh
soup, some meat.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it
Pretty
had
good.
a little water, but like they take care of you. Your peoples take care of you, bro. Like real OGs, real big homies, bro. They'll have one conversation with you, and then okay, you feel me? Bam. You know what I mean? Like, bro took care of me. And then that's the one who I said, you feel me? He got me into like he Filipino pride. He started telling me to look up this, look up that. Oh, did you know this? Did you know that about Filipino history back home and in America? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know how in Pelican Bay they have the cheese grater door and shit, right? The little circles and shit.
Yeah.
So I just got into the building. This is in 2009, and then you can see from the tower who's going to shower. They saw me going to shower. So Mang Johnny called me, "Hey youngster, come here." So I went upstairs, go to his door. While I just got off the shower and shit. You know when you pass by saying what's up to everybody. He's like, "Hey, check it out." He got the cup full of wine, put the straw in it, stick it on the thing, and then like down this shit. So I down in that nasty ass fucking wine and shit, right? Hella nasty, right? I couldn't finish it. It was like, man, stop being a pussy. Finish this shit, right? All right. So I finished the whole fucking wine, right? That was yeah. That's how Johnny does it and shit, man. Manjani, right? So he said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you a job at the main kitchen. I got you. Oh shit, salamat, pare. Yeah. That's actually the best job that I wanted to get. And then my
In the
first
kitchen.
in the main kitchen in the AR, Pelican Bay. And then as soon as he got me there, he wanted to, kick it with me, hang out with the little kid, chop it up with me. I'm 18 years old. You know what I mean? It's 100 pounds, soaking wet, whatever. And then when I went to the kitchen, we started chopping it up. That's when I said, growing up in the Philippines, we're taught about the Spaniards, stuff like that, our affiliation with the Spaniards. So we're chopping it up. I'm talking to him and I'm like, yeah, but we're from Spain. We're from, we got, and he's like, nah, fool, check it out. We're not fucking, we're not from Spain. We just got conquered. We're Asian. You know what I mean? He was just kind of like lacing me up. Yeah, but we're more basically closer to them, to the Spaniards, to the Mexicans or whoever nah, check it out. If we I would rather, as an Asian, I would rather our country get conquered by Asian other countries rather than the white man or something, right? I was like, what the
European
fuck?
man.
If we're the
Yeah.
European, like, I don't get it. So in other words, he was just like showing me like a different point of view of how much our real identity as an Asian, and we just basically got brainwashed and colonized by the colonizers and shit, man. And that's when I started having more pride on my own peoples and the Filipino culture, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Having my own identity and shit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and this is one party. This is not the ordinary party. In the Asian Islander car, you got your own different cars. You got the Vietnamese car, you got the Cambodian car, Chinese car, Korean car. What else they got? They got the Samoan car, the Uso car, they got Tongan car. But Mang Johnny is basically like the main person that had the keys for all the Asian
For the
Islanders
Mac,
during
yeah.
that
Get the
time
Mac ring.
in the Macrep for in 2009. He basically got the say so for, what I mean, because us in our car, in the Asian Islander car, we're not communists with the dictatorship. We basically just know the business. Whoever is the wisest, whoever is basically like the most experienced on politics, on stabbing people, basically the best fighter, basically the smartest, wisest person. That was Mang Johnny and shit, man. Everybody respected. And
And
yeah,
discipline with the feelings, like how you carry yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of like that's why I'm gonna keep it real. I'm sorry for cutting you
yeah,
about
yes,
it,
man.
but I've never been on a yard where it was either a pare a Samoan or a Tongan or like some type of islander that was the Mac rep for the whole Asian Islander card. And it always honestly was always a pare for the most part of that I've been locked up.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. I don't know. Maybe because we've been here in the U.S. for a long
For
time,
a
or we
long
just
time. Yeah.
or longer than everybody else and shit. But
Or we just suck
Honestly,
up
all
after
the other
after the
Southeast
Chinese,
Asian.
right?
Yeah. No, we were here before the Chinese. We've
From
been
the
okay, so check it out. We first touched before it was even called America in this place called Morro Bay. It's now called Morro Bay. That's when we first came to this soil was 1587. And we had our first settlement in Louisiana in 1763.
as slaves though, or as
So it's
free people.
in 1563 or in 1587 we came here as slaves to the Spanish though.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
a couple of them ran from the galleon because we came here on a Spanish slave not a slave trip not a slave ship, a fucking trade ship. You know what I mean? Spices and hella shit. Spain was going from I think the Philippines to somewhere in fucking South America. I don't know. They were trying to go somewhere, but they stopped in Morro Bay. You know what I mean? There's a whole monument, pare. It's a trip. If you go to Morro Bay today, there's a whole monument and it shows like, oh, Filipinos coming to this land in 1587 and hella shit.
I think yeah,
And then yeah.
I think I seen that shit, man.
Yeah, man, we got deep history, man. I'm
for
saying we got
historians for
deep
sure. Yep.
You know, for sure. And then in
Y'all encyclopedias.
1763, man, you know what I
And,
mean? Shit,
and,
we had our
and,
own settlement in New Orleans.
and people don't know they used to call
Or
us niggas and
Louisiana.
shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, they for sure called us niggas. And see, that's the thing, man. Like when people are not taught a certain history and then you bring it up to people, they'll like, oh no, this is not what I was taught. This is not true. Blah 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 blah. Well, whatever. Try to be ignorant to the fact. You know what I mean? You got to remember, we got colonized by two different white countries. You know what I mean? Spain and America. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? We went to war with America.
Basically.
Yeah, my mom didn't. My mom wasn't taught that. She didn't know that, and she was born in 1953. You know what I mean? She went to college in the Philippines and all that shit, but she wasn't taught that Philippines ever went to war with America.
So a
Like
lot
they
of people
literally
don't know that.
America made the 45 caliber pistol a standard, bruh, to kill the Filipino moral warriors. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Their little 380 caliber wasn't doing shit to our pares in Mindanao, bruh. Yeah, they was shooting them, but that man, we was too much of warrior. You know what I mean? So they was over there slicing them shits up,
yeah,
and then they had to pull out the 45.
yeah. Yeah,
It's a
man.
History.
trip.
That's exactly what I was experiencing or experienced in the prison system, having the old bodies in there, man. They showed us the warrior way and shit.
Yep.
Because as a young kid, I just had the little kid gangbanging mindset, but this old people showed me a showed me a different way and shit, like the body
Like what?
Johnny, and then all the other bodies in there, man. Hopefully one day, you know, they get a chance to experience freedom again, like what we're doing right now.
Nah,
Right.
for real, man. For
Yeah,
real.
yes, sir, yes, sir. But
Hey,
now,
hopefully, we make them proud with the spotted movement that we got going on.
yeah,
What I'm
yeah,
saying from
yeah,
them looking behind them walls, seeing what we're doing out here in the streets, you know,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
bringing unity amongst solid ones like yourselves. You feel
And
me?
honestly,
Yeah,
it takes the OGs too, man. The OGs would
yeah.
definitely they have a big say when it comes to the unity amongst our gangbanging people. You know what I mean? For the
Obviously
most
they
part,
inspired us. They inspired us to do what we're doing right now. Like you said, Bob
exactly.
Downey gave you all that game, and look how much of a big part he played in who you are right now too. Just like my big homies, and Bada
Yeah.
Young too, giving me influence.
And like what I mentioned before, being us being in the hole, being on lockdown, we read a lot of books. We pretty much read almost whatever books that we like. And I got a good psychology coming from Tookie Williams with the Black Rage Blue Redemption with the Black and Black Crime, because his his take on it was basically it was just that self-hate that we have on in ourselves, the things that we don't like about ourselves, and we see another person that looks like us. So what we do is we try to hurt or eliminate that person in order to make ourselves feel better, to alleviate all the things that we don't like about ourselves, trying to hurt the people that looks just
Okay.
like us.
Yeah,
You know,
insecurities, all that.
so him being in a death row,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it
yeah,
does.
he tried to stop him getting killed and trying to write all this Nobel Peace
Oh
Prize
yeah,
books and
right.
shit, man. But they murked him anyways.
Didn't work. Didn't work out in his favor,
And
unfortunately.
he
It's
tried to
all
change
right.
that Bloods and Crips and peace
Yeah.
and unity, but you know what I mean? Like, nah, fuck that.
That
New
motherfucker
Vietnam.
started,
Yeah,
he started a whole forest fire, bro, that swept across the world. Hella fucking countries ban Crip. You know what I mean?
yeah,
There's Crips
Yeah.
everywhere.
Shit, even in the
yeah.
Philippines when I go there,
That's what
man,
I'm saying. Philippines, fucking Europe.
piss me
I'm
out,
pretty
bro.
sure they have Russian Crips.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you because we banging the body movement and shit, real bodies and shit, I'm not talking about the party that would sell us to the enemies for this amount of money. I'm not talking about those kind of parties. I'm talking about the real fucking parties and shit, right? So I'm doing this collaboration with the other parties here in the Philippines. Third Flow is a rapper right here. He's a Andres Bonifacio mindset. You know what I mean? What you think about what you think about the identity crisis going on with, like, for example, the Crips talking about, the street gang members being Crips right here, and then the other ones being Bloods, and then being Soreño or being Norteños. What do you think about the identity crisis
The
I
Filipinos
think,
banging that.
yeah. In the
Okay.
PIs though, huh?
in the PIs?
Yeah. I feel like just the whole country in general is they like American culture, especially gangbanging culture, California lifestyle. You know what I mean? Who doesn't? You know what I mean? But shit, man, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, man. Shit, I ain't me personally. I ain't been out there, so you feel me? I don't know. I ain't met one, but I've seen them out here.
But I mean, that's where you come in, Father Young, and you have to what I'm saying, educate them. They don't know nothing about that, you know.
Yeah,
You've
because
been
Yeah,
there.
you
You're really
actually
from
live
LA.
you
You
actually
yeah,
live the California
from
lifestyle,
LA,
gang
so
banging lifestyle.
yeah, yeah.
no,
So
you use the one to speak upon
yeah,
that and educate them.
but yeah,
That
yeah.
ain't how it's supposed to be. But
So
hip hop music, man, is just just influences everybody, makes violence looks cool. You know what I'm saying?
That
So
part, that
yeah,
part, I think it definitely is rap
yeah,
music,
rap music and all that looks
drill
cool.
music, all that.
So
yeah.
all the
So
hood movies.
basically, where I'm coming from is I understand your set, your crib, your neighborhood, your barrio. I understand that. It's just your homies, this is your family. You will die for them. Loyalty. I can relate because we were all like that when we were little kids. But if you're gonna put your gang, your street gang first, and then put being a Filipino like second priority, then you're not a real fucking body and shit, man. You know what I mean?
You
That's
know
just
why?
where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I think too though about it? Why it's different for like how like with us, because you've experienced the California prison system. You know what it's like to be around black people, white people, Mexicans, fucking other races. But back home, they're just around Filipinos. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I think we know more of what the unity feels like because we're outsiders out here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We see somebody that looks like us, especially in that type of environment where it comes to like we have to tap into our tribal, our warrior mindset. You know what I mean? It's different. I feel. You
That's true. No,
know what I
you're
mean?
right. Uh-huh. You're right
Maybe
about
maybe if there was more
116.
races in the Philippines, they'd understand the more thing about unity. But in the
Right.
PIs, it's just all, you feel me? All Filipino.
Yeah. Like I'm tired of being Filipino.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I want to be
But I
something
think
else.
the pare movement, I mean, it would be like, I think it would work in places like Canada, you know, places where we have big Filipino population, but that's not in the Philippines. You know what I mean? The unity in a sense is what I mean.
But you
Yeah.
know what? We're making an influence out there right now too, though. You know what I'm saying? Especially having a rep like Bada Young out there, and with the use of social media, people seeing our music, our messages. You know,
They know
It definitely
yeah,
takes your type of influence though, Pada Young, for sure, to lead shit, man. The
no, no.
younger generation to like, hey man, we're Pada.
Especially
Fuck this
out there.
brother kid shit. Yeah, you know what I
Especially out
the
mean?
there.
re the
Well,
reason why.
even here too, though, G Dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still a lot of Pinoys out here still trying to claim a color or a number, and once they see the unity amongst us, that they respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, real shit though.
Yeah, they respect it, bro, from afar.
I actually just got a DM from some South. He's a South Sacramento Pada, and you feel me? He just tapped in. He's younger, bro. This motherfucker is like 16, 17.
Yeah.
But he tapped in with me. He's just like, hey man, like he just got at me straight. I'm from South Sac. Whoop whoop. I'm a pare. I respect y'all pare movement. I was just like, he's like, I'm an artist. I was just like, oh yeah, let me hear something. So he sent me, like, he rapped over the little memo thing. So that's how I know he's either like right now he's struggling, like he ain't got something in the works, but he was going. And then like I was chatting it up with him. He's just like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm deep in the streets right now. Like I'm kind of lost. That's why I'm tell you, like he just started spilling his heart, but he's a young pare though. I was just like, that's what's up, bro. I was like, you know what? Keep up with your music, bro. You feel me, though? Fuck these streets, all this other shit. It's a lie. I was just, doing that whole big bruh shit. But shit, that's what I'm
How you
saying.
do it?
Like,
How you do
it's
it, though?
dope. It's dope
Yeah.
though when the young pares are they see the pare movement. Is what I'm
But check
saying. You
this
feel
out
me?
though. No, no, for real. Hey, you know what? It was funny because I was calling my nephews pare this, pare that. And then my nephew was only 9 years old. He's like, Uncle, what does that say on your face again? And it says pare. And we were at the park and he saw his homie playing basketball. And he went to his homie and said, "What's up, pare?" And
That's
it
what
just
I'm
that was
saying.
a proud moment for me because he's trying to understand that from me. He's getting that game from me. So, I have to keep showing him what a body really is and how to be respectful to other races and how to carry yourself. And that made me proud to hear him say that and him come back to me and like, yeah, I called him a body, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And I know I know for a fact that, especially people that went to school here in the Philippines, a little bit, for a
Mhm.
fact they know this in their heart, the pares, because we all doing the bayang magiliw. Remember, we're
Oh
all doing
yeah.
that. And we're also doing in school every day, panatang
Yeah.
makabayan, iniibig ko ang Pilipinas. Everybody knows, knows where we're coming from, shit, man.
Yeah.
So we gotta reach all the other pares that don't know the word pare. Like for example,
Yeah.
when I met Mbinel and them, and he got his homies from Canada, and there was this other pare over there, but he looked like he half or something. He's like a little pretty boy tisoy and shit, man. So I'm like, hey, what are you, dog? Are you a pare? I was like, what's that? What's a pare? You don't know what a pare is? It's Pinoy,
Yeah, that's how
it's
you know.
Filipino.
He,
But
he wasn't he
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
raised.
man,
He's
yeah,
not cut from that cloth, man.
So we just got to continue to be ourselves in the way that we're carrying ourselves and make an influence on, you know,
yeah, yeah.
on those that follow us, those around us, our nieces and nephews. You feel me? Our younger kids. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they're gonna be the ones that help spread, what we're trying to represent and let them know that how important
And,
it is.
and here in the Philippines, bro, it's extremely divided. Not only that we got so many different language dialects,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
116 dialects, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got like 7,000 islands. And then
Yeah.
you got man, I'm from Tondo, I'm from Cavite, I'm
Yeah.
from Ilocano, I'm from
Yeah.
Tagalog or whatever the fuck. It's like, you know what I mean? They don't see the
Hey,
bigger picture.
and
Yeah.
that's what I was meaning too. Like how we was talking about earlier about when we see other pares, that tribal instinct come out. Because
Yeah.
it's just like
It be
before
like
the
that.
colonizers came, we was already fighting each other. You know what I mean? But it was in a respectful way. It was not how the colonizers came. We was over there. You feel me? Oh, I'm from here. I'm from this part of the
Yeah.
Philippines. Oh, I'm this. I'm
Right.
this.
Yeah.
I'm this. You know what I mean? It's kind of, if you really look at it, it's just like gangs. You know what I mean? Just no color.
Right.
You know what I mean? They
But
got their
you
own
know,
language, got their own name.
so 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 I want to ask y'all what makes y'all want to you know, continue to push this body thing and you know, what was it that made y'all see the bigger picture?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good
I'm
one.
saying, what was it? You
What
know,
you
because
think?
for me,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like being as we get older, you know, I'm trying to get wiser too and smarter. You know what I'm saying? I want to see our people win more. You feel me? I want to just be able to support one another, you know, so our kids don't have to struggle. You feel me? But also let them know how important it is to be proud of who you are, the Filipino struggle.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
facts.
What about
Facts.
you,
Facts.
Prodigy Dirty?
Shit, man. Exactly what he said. Shit. I really real shit,
You
man.
can
Like
say it better. You can say it better. Go ahead, bro.
I wanna with this Pade movement shit, it was just supposed to be about, you feel me, different Pades from different sets, different sections, you know what I mean, fucking with each other because we Pade, but now it's definitely more than that.
But you know what? That's a
I-
big thing too, though.
it
That's a big
is.
accomplishment itself.
It is, but you know what? Too,
Yeah.
we also got to highlight the fact that there's bodies out there who made it out that life, who raised their kids to be square, and I say that in a very, you know what I mean, in a
Yeah,
very in a good way.
in a
Shit,
good
and when
way. You feel me? Yeah,
I don't want to say square. We're gonna say right path. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
And shit, establish that Kuya protection again, man. You
yeah.
feel me? Shit, like I like the fact that, like, even though I grew up not fucking with my peoples when it comes to young Filipino men, I love my fucking peoples culture
Yes,
wise.
it
You feel
is.
me? Like,
Right.
but we're humble people. We're funny fucking people. Our fucking jokes are crazy. You know what I mean?
Some of the best entertainers and hustlers out there.
That's what I'm saying. We have talent like
Telling
motherfucker, bro.
yeah,
We got hands. There's like that. We know how to play ball. You know what I mean? Our peoples are good at a lot of things, and I just love that about our peoples, man. You know, we one of the most friendliest people, but people forgot too that we were also called the Fighting Filipinos for a reason. You feel me? Like,
right.
I also want Filipino men to get in touch back with their motherfucking warrior side, man.
That's true. Yeah.
Stop being fucking, stop plucking your eyebrows and fucking being weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So you want Paris to be real Paris,
Yeah, you know
not
what I
no
mean? Take
feminine,
pride. Yeah.
not no
It's a shame.
feminine.
Yeah, not no feminine shit, bro. And that's what I mean too by Kuya protection. Like, shit, man, if you got a little sister, even an older sister, man, fucking make sure that's a Filipino girl. Oh man, she got some Filipino brothers, some Filipino uncles, some Filipino god cousins that got her back. Because at the end of the day, I was raised by a single mom. So when it comes to women in general, you feel me? Like I kind of have a different outlook on certain shit, but me personally, I feel like you have to raise girls with more protection than boys. You know what I
That's
mean? In
yeah,
a sense where boys have to go through trauma to become men, and girls, you have like with girls, you have to protect their
innocence,
innocence or protect them for they don't
purity.
have to go through trauma. Yeah, you feel me? They're fucking their pureness, man. Like if a girl, usually when a girl goes through trauma, they end up, you feel me, being cold, and then that's when you have a cold mom, a cold girl turns into a cold woman, becomes a cold mom, and has kids. That's the cycle, though. That's what I'm saying. You feel me? It's a cycle. That was an off topic, but say you feel me? I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
saying we
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
restore the Filipino community. No more
Yeah.
shabu, nigga. Kick that shit out of here. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
No more drunk. Like you feel me? Alcoholic beating on your woman type of shit, beating on your motherfucking kid, like you feel me? We
You
gonna
know what though?
discipline our kids, but we
Yeah.
ain't beating that. It's a difference because I know a lot of my Filipino OGs and a lot of my brodies used to get beat by their motherfucking dads, man.
And you know what,
You know
dude?
what I mean?
since you speaking about drugs and alcohol, my dad was a alcoholic his whole life. He smoked shabu till the day he was gone. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to follow that footstep, so I wanted to look at myself as a leader to other Filipinos and be like, you know what? I'm gonna break that cycle. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna become something, and I'm gonna help you out while I'm at it. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Whether
Yeah.
it's physically or for you just to even look at me. You know what I'm saying? And admire what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that,
Oh,
man. Shit, I done had up. You know, it's always hard because I didn't have an addictive parent, you know what I mean, that was drugs, but I knew a lot of uncle. I had a lot of uncles, you know what I mean. I was a victim to one of my uncles beating my ass and Pino's ass, you know what I mean, off a shaft.
yeah.
This nigga didn't. This nigga ain't had none in a day. Come in,
Yeah.
start beating our ass because we're taking fucking a bath too long. Nigga try to, you know what I mean, like it sucks. That's what I'm saying. Shabu had a strong hold on our peoples.
Yeah.
Alcohol had a strong hold on our peoples.
Yeah.
You know what I
So,
mean? It fucked up a lot of Filipino families, is all I'm saying. You feel me?
so in other words, right, body movement. What about, like, for example, from the point of view from the soft bodies?
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's okay to be a nerd. What's wrong with being a square in a dork and being soft? Can I still join the body movement? Can I still be body movement? Even if I'm soft and feminine as a man, even if I'm a male feminist and a simp at the same time? What do you have to say about that?
It's I'll
Damn,
let Eternal answer that.
I mean, damn, at that point, um, you know what I'm saying? You could follow us from afar, but you ain't gonna get no body tatted on you like, a
Yeah,
pussy
on my
us.
mama.
Uh,
So
Nah.
let-
my thing is
let-
too, if it's one of those, they could support. I'm not gonna promote what I don't believe in. I'm gonna say that. You know what I mean? If I don't believe that, you feel me, Filipino men should be fucking little sissies and prance around and shit, then you know what I mean? I'm not gonna promote it because I don't believe in it. That don't mean I hate you. You feel me? That don't mean I dislike you. That don't mean I have some sort of whatever towards you. It's just I don't, you feel me?
yeah.
Thank you for your support. You feel me? That's it.
Can I just put it in this point of view from this part on the body movement? Why you want all the bodies to be warriors and solid? You know what I mean? Not being on shabu, not being on alcohol, not being weak, not beating up on women, not protecting their family, stuff like that. You know what I mean? The reason why, from where I'm coming from, why we want all the parties to be real solid parties in the party movement is because if a party is going to be all emotional and weak and softy and basically gay or nothing towards whatever your gender preference, whatever identity crisis, but the reason why we don't want no emotional bodies or weak, soft and feminine bodies is because those are the worst bodies, man. Those are the bodies that have no control and emotion. They are most likely to commit crimes, rape little kids, molest little kids, shoot up a school, hit and beat up their woman, and
Right.
also do just basically don't have any control and just doing a lot of crime. So those are the parties that we don't want. And those are the parties that we're hoping by showing an example. This is the real solid party movement right here, where we're
It's like I was
teaching
saying there. Yeah, we just have
yeah,
to carry ourselves a certain way
a
to
certain
have the
way.
respect for them to see, you know what I'm saying, how they can become like us one day. Hey, look, we're body movement 100% Pinoy. They could be body movement 58%. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And the cool thing about it, right? People's like, but from what I know, math only goes up to 100% period. Why the fuck is you talking about 116% period? So I'm gonna answer that question. Are you a fucking gangster? Are you a fucking warrior? Shit, man. In your fucking non-gangster, non-warrior world, yeah, it's 100%. But if you're a real motherfucking party and shit, it's 116%.
We can keep going. We can keep going, huh?
Oh, my mama.
You know?
We can't cap off our strength.
You see.
Yeah. So this is not your ordinary fucking pares and shit, man. These are the
Nah.
pares that's willing to go front line, willing to stay in the Titanic while all the other regular people are getting on that boat, getting on that motherfucking trying to save their lives. All the real pares are staying at the Titanic, last one, last one to fucking die and shit, man.
And I
We're the
just want
ones
to
going
say,
to war. We're the ones
yeah,
going to war for everybody else. We don't care, I mean, we scared, but we're still gonna go to war anyways, even if we get shot in the face. You know what I mean? These are the
that's how we
parties
got
we
to go
fuck
out.
with, man. So
Yeah,
to those who don't have idea, this is the fucking is all the parties that we fuck with and shit. The parties that are allowed to have the party tatted for the party movement and shit.
and we all about, like we're doing right now, upbringing each other. You feel me?
Upbringing each
Uplifting
other,
each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
generating good
yeah,
karma.
for sure.
Because
Because
what
there's a
goes
lot of
around
bodies
comes
out there,
around.
like we was talking. There's a lot of bodies out there that are in it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Opportunists. You know what I'm saying? Ain't looking out for the next one.
Yeah, yeah.
Dusty
You
ass
know?
niggas.
On,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on
You
our
feel me? Yeah.
on our next podcast or whatever and shit, we're gonna try to identify actors. But you know
Oh.
what? Are you willing to give them redemption? Are you willing to give the actors and the imposters redemption by having a DP or going to a meeting or trying to fix the relationship or trying to fix them? Are you willing to fix them?
And at this point in life, no. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep pushing and attract the real ones to come my way and follow my lead. You know what I'm saying? All the motherfuckers can be left behind.
Facts.
You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
reason. There's a reason why they got left. You feel me? There's
Yeah.
a reason.
I don't got time to explain to a grown older man, you know what I'm saying, and try to DP him if he can't really just see it himself, you know?
He should DP
Dang.
himself.
That's like saying that some people are just hopeless and shit.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, I would like to, you feel me? But
yeah.
at this point in my career in life, dog, I just got,
Hey,
I'd rather spend my time and energy on a youngster
yes,
that
sir.
wants
Yes,
to
sir.
learn the game, that wants to get put on,
Yes, sir.
and for me to
I,
support
f-
them, you know
I
what I mean?
feel you.
Uplift, instead of talking to a fool that's almost damn near 50 years old, try to educate him, and he still ain't gonna learn. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And me and G Dirty having to do time in the prison system, we
Yeah.
know for a fact some people
See?
in there shall never
Right?
see the fucking light of the day in the free world and shit, man.
And they'll never
It's just a cold
understand.
heart. But it's also true on the other hand that a lot of righteous fathers in there deserve a second chance in
Oh
free.
yeah.
And there's a lot of
You
good
meet
people,
some good motherfuckers in there
good
for sure.
motherfuckers in there. But
Now, if I ever got locked up though, body, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm running with the woods.
He said, "I'm gonna let y'all know." Hell, I'm gonna run
Oh
with the
shit.
that's crazy though, man.
I'm gonna be a real body out, but in there's a different. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. I'm just messing with y'all. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
You
saying?
run FISA.
I can pass this one for sure.
You're right. I
Whoa.
know. That's crazy though. But yeah, though. So yeah, a lot of people are like especially like the people that never been to prison. I always get comments on the YouTube and on whatever and shit. Ah man, but why should we ever fucking believe a word you say? You're a bad person. You went to prison. So you're basically bad. So you should never ever get a chance to talk because you went to prison. You're stupid, basically. And what I can say about that is, well, first of all, for some people like us and the body movement, snitching our way out of prison was just never an option, like for you. And second of all,
Yeah,
we paid for our time for being stupid. We paid for all that. That's just been paid for
yeah,
and
yeah.
some. And now we out here, and the most important thing is what we're doing right now in the present.
The
We learned
message,
Right?
something.
yeah, the messages that y'all are giving to others,
Yeah.
the actions that you guys are executing to better yourselves and your family, that speaks for itself. It's just trolls, hella trolls. You got a
Yeah.
shitload of them
It's
too.
it's it's easy to do a prison bid. The hardest part of prison, bro, is when you get out. Cause it's like, nigga, what the fuck you gonna do?
You know what an
You know what I
OG
mean?
told me? An OG told me, man, the smart ones, they don't keep going back.
Yeah.
you know, so that opened up my eyes too, because you know, this OG, you know, did YA, did prison, you know, he was just, you know, even though he did went back, he was telling me, you know, as someone to grow up and have a future, it'd be dumb for you to follow my steps, is basically what he's trying to say.
Well, yeah, he got experience. You feel
Yeah.
me? You don't trust a nigga telling you not to do something who ain't never did it before. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Basically,
mean?
yeah.
And that's where it kind of gets tricky, because it's like, well, at least for me, I didn't have OGs. Like I had uncles, you feel me,
Right.
fucking moms and shit. But my older uncles, you feel me, they'd tell me, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But it's like, oh fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Nigga, you don't do
Yeah, yeah,
what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's like,
at least talking about going to prison. I have uncles that did whatever, but it's like they was all chapped out. You know, my other uncles who like married into the family, or that, you know what I mean? They would be like, oh, do this, do this, do that. I'm like, I'm not listening to you. I don't know you, motherfucker.
Right,
You
right.
ain't done these things.
Well, I was the same way with my dad at times too, because he was still a user trying to tell me what to do. So, you know,
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, exactly. Like if a user's telling you to stop doing something, but he's still using, you
right.
wouldn't
Yeah.
take him seriously. Compared to a ex user who stopped what he's
Yes.
doing and then
Uh-huh.
tell you, feel me? It's like,
And
okay,
turn his
yeah,
life
for sure, I'm
around.
gonna listen to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, he turned his life around. Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
the saying is true that opinions are what do you call this? No, wait, words are opinions and then actions are facts.
Oh, there you
Yep,
go. There
Yeah,
you go.
yep.
that's basic. Because it's easy to just say a lot of things and promise a lot of things and be an actor. Damn near everybody can do that. But showing by example as a body movement and shit,
Mhm.
we got to see that. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's why I say we coming up in the world, man, with this movement we got, and it just feels great, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Facts.
Got a lot of shit in
Honestly,
store.
man, ever since the Pade movement linked up with DJ Eternal and the Uplifters, though, bro, like it's been more
We enhanced it.
opportunities,
We
more, you feel
enhanced
me,
it, brother.
avenues, more
Yeah.
different shit, you feel me?
But you know what? That just shows the chemistry. So I appreciate y'all too. You feel
Oh,
me?
hell yeah,
Together for
man.
real, man.
Even you can look at it from any angle. This is a righteous
Yes.
movement, man. You know what I mean? Because it's all positive shit, you know. Yeah.
That's
And like
right.
what G Dirty said, man, they're not gonna listen to some square ass fools talking about, oh yeah, don't gang bang, don't be, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, a
Yeah,
rich guy trying to tell you to fucking save money. Shut up. You're rich. You got
yes,
money.
sir. Yes, sir.
And,
Yeah, so we basically pretty much covered a lot of things about an
Yeah.
idea what the body movement is about. What do you guys, want to add on and shit? Or you have any other message before we shake the spot
Go
about the
ahead,
body
G.
movement?
oh yeah, fucking August 9th. We in Las Vegas with it. You feel me? Party with a Pade and Mare. Y'all stay tuned. We throwing big P's on stage.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm a little
I,
potty, but I throw it big.
I was just
Little potty doing it big.
Shit, I give it like 2 months, bro. You finna get hella yoked.
Yeah.
You
I
back
don't know.
at it. You
I
trying
don't
to
know.
get hub, you trying to get hub, you trying to cut.
There you go. What
I
are you
look,
trying to
I
do?
feel
Trying to get
fucked
cut
up,
or
huh?
trying to get uh
I just wanna wear size small and have shit pop out. So yeah.
ooh.
This is like small. Just be
Are
a
you
little
like
punk.
the fitted, that's your style, the fitted shirt.
The
Nah, I
fitted.
don't know. But I'm just trying to be healthy and happy. That's all. Healthy and happy. No matter what size I be looking like and shit. You know.
There
Nigga,
you,
you get hub.
there you go. There you go, man.
No, for real. That's pretty much my closing message. I just want people to find their way to happiness, find their way to good health, whether it's physically and mentally, you know what I'm saying? And that's what this body movement is about too. We here to support each other and what we go through, you know, all the struggles that we face, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, we men too, and we got emotions, but yet, you know, we gotta toughen up and keep each other strong. Like you always tell me about a young iron sharpens iron.
Ooh.
You know,
Hey,
we strong.
Hey, hey,
Side.
and I also want to, yeah, now big side. Hey, I also want to say, man, to our Filipino men, we are not depressed. There's no such thing, man. We warriors. We're just stressed. Ain't no
Hey,
such thing as depression with us, man. We got to stop telling ourselves that. I don't care what the hospitals and all them say. The doctors say, "Oh,
I
you
believe you,
depressed."
bro.
Hey,
I
brother,
believe you.
you just stressed. You got it. You got
Yeah.
it. You feel me? We got it.
Mhm. Yeah.
hey,
You know what I mean?
good
Surround
looking
yourself
out.
with good, strong-minded, individuals. You
Yeah.
know, you ain't gotta file, have that depression type of feeling.
Nah. Just talk about it with your with close ones, brother. That's it. That's all it takes, man.
Basically,
So,
1% better every day, always elevating, always evolving.
Right.
Yes. Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Hopefully you come kick it right here. You know what I mean? Soon,
I'm working on
man.
I'm working on my past with Yams, man. We
Well,
talking
good.
about it. We trying to do something out there.
Come on.
Yeah, that's
Could be a
what's
whole
up.
different experience with G Dirty out there for sure.
Rest
Hey man,
assured.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Pare, salamat. And
Hell
with
yeah.
that being said, y'all know what time it is. Say what you mean and mean what you say. 'Cause real recognize real, homeboy. Yes, sir.
Say
Ah,
that shit with your chest. You feel me? Big
yeah,
body.
yeah.